Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to free-to-play week 37. We are now so only less than 15 to 20 weeks away from a year. Wow. So we're gonna June is gonna be coming up in 4 months' time, and we're gonna have a nice review of that. But we're starting here on the main screen. Don't forget to give a like, subscribe, and all that good stuff if you are enjoying the series and the videos. So what is there to talk about this week? Well, Starkiller is up in the relic levels. I spent some crystals just to get the Chirotex rolling, which is fine. I have no plans for crystals other than refreshes, so it does take my refreshes down a bit, but even so, it's fine. It's a free income that you get on the game, and spending a little bit of currency on them every now and again, especially to give you guys something to see this week. Otherwise it was going to be a really boring week otherwise. So Starkiller is relic 5. He has the Omicron that we put on, or is it for the Grand Arena here? We've got 2 more Omicrons to get on him, not as necessary for the team. Dispel debuffs with that, which is nice, and this one happens while he's unleashed. What else have we got here? So I've tagged a few things that I'm working on. Want to be working on Merrin to get Merrin to gear 12, to get her Shadow Stride ability up, and we want to get her Omicron at some point as well, and make the Night Sisters a viable Grand Arena team. This week's kind of all about Grand Arena stuff and teams to help that. So again, like Treya, I've activated Treya, and Treya was already activated, sorry, but I've taken her to level 85, put a Zeta on her and stuff, and upgraded her gear. So Treya at this level does not need Chirotex just yet. She's another one where we need her Omicron. So I'll probably look at putting her Omicron on next, because she'll make a team, especially for 3v3, pretty well. Treya, Nihilus, and Savage will go well together. Savage already has his Omicron. So we'll probably look at throwing her Omicron. Maybe that'll be the next Omicron, potentially. I think there. Nihilus as well. Activating Nihilus. I need to do some farming on him, but not going to farm him just yet. I mean, he just needs to survive and wait for Annihilate to get up and running. So the only reason to gear him up is just speed and stuff to get there, but we have other ways of getting the cooldown done. So that's kind of where Nihilus is at. Again, not needing Chirotex here. So it's kind of like Grand Arena and Chirotex are the big things for the account currently. And with regards to having Starkiller at Relic 5, so that's Mara Jade, that's Starkiller, it seems only fitting that we finish off that trio with Palpatine. So I'm currently looking at the gear here to get Palpatine to relic level. So getting Palpatine up to relic level to finish that kind of 3, and then we can expand it into the 5 as well later on. We have old Ben, obviously. Wherever he is, he's somewhere down here, somewhere down the bottom. So we have old Ben and unaligned force users. Obviously we did start farming Visas. However, there are other options. Ray Scavenger I've been using on my main account when I had the Datacron, because my Visas was only gear 12 on my main account. So Ray Scavenger is a light side Ufu who has potential. I mean, look at this. Commander Luke. You could potentially throw I could potentially throw Commander Luke in until Luke's team is ready. Because they don't have the resources to go splashing out on a, because if we wanted to do a CLS team, I've got to activate Luke, we've got to activate Chewie. I don't have 3PO yet, and 3PO and Chewie is way down on the shards. So, and Padawan's being another one, and you want light side Ufu because you've already got the light side Ufu with Mara Jade here, for the dark side, sorry. So those are kind of the possibilities until Visas Mar is up and running, and you know, plenty of other options here to potentially throw in as a temporary kind of placeholder in the 5v5 team. So that's kind of what I'm thinking there. Saving, you know, I'd obviously worked on a bunch of signal data here. So plenty of signal data to go around. You know, this was after taking Starkiller to Relic 5. I've had this left over, which is great. So we're building up the stockpile of signal data and looking at who we can also take to Relic level or up to higher relics. So I'm not taking anyone to higher relics, even though I was kind of thinking about whether it was going to be someone like John Kenobi or Dash to 7, because then he's ready for Profundity, Snips to Relic 9 for the Ahsoka event, Anakin to 7. You know, all these options to look at. However, I think I'm just going to hold on to it, especially if Palpatine is going to be the next relic, which we've got a raid coming in, so I need that raid. Once that raid comes in, we get stuff there. I need to farm this annoyingly on my normal data here, but I also need to do Karatech, so this takes kind of, this might be one, again, might use crystals on potentially, just to speed that up. But Karatech is the main focus of most of the farming over this account. You know, these weeks just gone by. So yeah, so that's kind of what we're looking at, and that'll give us some more, you know, even if it's just the three of them, some, you know, a good baseline of Grand Arena teams. You know, we have been struggling to kind of, we need things that can hold in Grand Arena, and I know that can be a challenge, especially against these rosters that we've been facing, and then they play, because we just haven't got the staying power. We have to we're relying on the offense of this account to try and get the banners, which when people then undersize against our defense, we have to undersize against them, and it doesn't really, it's not really working very well, is it? As we've seen, it works on the odd occasion, but yeah, we need more of these teams to kind of fix our problems that we have. You know, I mean, we've got what, 5 Omicrons. You know, we've got Starkiller's Omicron, Dash Rendar's Omicron, Qui-Gon, Savage, and Rex. That's 5 Grand Arena Omicrons on the account so far. So, you know, we have teams that are possible, but especially like, we want to use Qui-Gon. It can't go up against Galactic Legends, for example, and it can't hold against Galactic Legends. So as soon as someone we see a roster with a Galactic Legend, that's it. Or Revan. Jedi Knight Revan is the other counter to him. So he doesn't hold very well. And again, he was one that we were kind of saying before, is another, he's one that needs completing as well to increase the output of the Qui-Gon team as well. So we have things to consider here. Going for, I've put Leia as a placeholder here right now, but we're not working on anything, you know, direct for Leia. I mean, I am using my energy, Cantina energy now, to farm Chief Chirper, because we need to do the 3PO event, and you know, for the CLS teams, I think the CLS team needs to be probably the next like big team that gets on the roster, because that will hopefully help us hold and stuff. And with regards to ships, I mean, I'm really happy with the Negotiator. We're up to 30 out of 100, so we're, you know, working our way nicely to 7 stars here. And the Bad Batch abilities, again, it's all down to Karatech to be able to get these guys up to the next levels, to be able to get them to some the Marauder fully humming. Apart from that, I've obviously have these saved here as favourites, and we'll put Punishing One and Outrider. Punishing One to hopefully, because it's such a key one now as part of Executor, you don't need it as a requirement, but if I think Executor has to be the next like big ship that this account focuses on. And then Outrider is needed for Jabba, so I'm kind of getting Outrider done now, because if I go layer into Jabba, I want to be doing Outrider now. to get that those shards ready. So yeah, it's very much at the moment a bit of a quiet space. We're doing level ups and stuff, and focusing on, you know, getting things kind of ready, you know, that can compete in Grand Arena. I'm not saying the teams can't compete, but we just seem to struggle, and some of that is my own fault as well, making mistakes maybe with certain matchups as well, because I think if I was better to my matchups, and I put that down to, you know, the problem is when you don't have the roster of teams that are like the standard, like meta, like of, you know, counters, you have to find other options, and because the website swgoh.gg will show you what everyone's using mainly on, you know, hundreds of battles, but when you go on there and, you know, you haven't got those teams, you have to kind of wing it and go, well, I hope this team works. Or we're kind of brute forcing with the Poncho Bros, for example, as we've seen in Grand Arenas gone by. And so that's kind of the and you will end up with this problem as well, I'm sure. You know, maybe not as much as me, but there are definitely teams on this roster that I can, you know, farm, and you know, you could argue that I should have gone a different route, but I wanted the main focus of this to be Jedi, Negotiator, Poncho Bros for assault battle stuff. So that's kind of where we're at. So yeah, so this week has been a bit slow, unfortunately. We have done our challenge. We've only been able to do can't do Cartel, but that's okay. We're actually able to do this one, and was that we did manage to do it all the way up at tier 10. I think that's the first time we've done a tier 10 on a galactic challenge on this account, which is great. New territory war coming up, and if we have a look at the quests and episode track, so I think this will be this is going to be second territory war this week, and then it's going to switch back to a territory battle. So I need to get 2 more units. I don't want to miss out on 10,000 episode currency. I may put a message in my Discord for the guild to go, complete people, like can I have some spots to deploy, because I need to finish my quests here. And where are we? We are at the 28th kind of thing here. So just over halfway through here, and just over halfway through, we've only just started chapter 3. So we're doing okay. So we are on pace to get up to the end of the 50 here, and maybe a few extras. I was trying. I still have a couple of, you know, just under a day to try and get these 30 stuns. It's a bit of a pain because they either die too fast or you die too fast. So yeah, just been trying to work out the best way to get these 30 stuns, and I don't have enough Hut Cartel to be able to do anything about that. I can activate, but I don't just want to activate just to do a couple of hundred you know, galactic challenge episode currency points, you know. So there we go. And we have 1 more Omicron to claim this week, which should be fine. Oh, come on, that's the wrong thing. I pressed episode track. 3 more days. We can get to 31 easy. That gives us 4,000 currency. Then gets us finished on the Omicrons. It's a bit more of a struggle on this account to get all the Omicrons and Kyratex, is what I think, you know, would be the optimal, is to be able to buy all 5 of these. But I think it's more getting the Omicrons. I'd rather get the Omicrons because they are the drops for these are a lot harder to come by on your Cantina nodes, and you have to do the signal data ones. Whereas Kyratex are a little bit easier to come by and have plenty of other options to get them. So that is pretty much it. We have this Grand Arena going on, which we'll see the first week of 3v3 next week. and that is pretty much it, I think. So yeah, so there we go. That is the update for week 37. Don't forget to check out the other videos on the channel with the rest of the playlist. If you've not seen it already, you might be a first timer here. Go and check out the progress so far and see how well we got things and how things have been going, and also other playlists. So there we go. That is it, and we will see you next week with another update and more Grand Arena. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.